Hey friends, so in today's episode, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go over keywords with you. Keyword research, what it is, how to do it, and how it's actually going to save you time and help you grow your audience so that you can get the right content in front of the right people and start getting the people that you want to get in your door for the content that you're putting out there. So don't worry. Keywords, keyword research, long tail keywords, SEO, SERPs, they're all kind of intimidating topics. However, I'm going to break it down in a really easy to understand way that is not completely pocket protector level nerdy and is not intimidating, because keywords don't have to be intimidating. They can actually be a huge asset to your business and your whole online marketing strategy when you learn to use them right. And I'm going to teach you some hacks and some little just easy to implement tips that are going to help you really start to create the right kind of content, keyword rich content that is going to help get your products and services in front of the right eyeballs so that you can grow your audience and ultimately start selling more. Okay? So this is definitely an episode that you're going to want to take notes on. Don't be afraid to pause and write things down. Don't be afraid to take notes. Don't be afraid to go pause something. If you're listening to this and you're in a place that you can actually do the work, don't be afraid to pause this, do the work, and then start it back up again, because it is going to be very practical and stuff that you can really, really use to help grow your online audience. Welcome to Jumpstart Your Dreams. I am Faith Hannon, Jesus lover, business growth coach, content strategist, barrel racer, worship leader, wrangler of tiny humans, and champion of your God-given dreams. If you are finally ready to feel confident pursuing your God-given dreams, know Jesus more, and learn how to market and actually grow your business without losing your mind, then tell the dog to quit barking, grab a notepad and that third cup of coffee, and listen in for some shoot you straight, visionary, and practical tips to get you the breakthrough you've been looking for. Okay, so when I first started getting into online marketing and creating websites and started figuring out what in the ever-loving heck keywords are, I was like, oh, we'll just go and look for the thing with the most searches. And I would literally write down in my planner or whatever notebook paper I had sitting around, just some keywords, quote, around whatever blog topic I was thinking about publishing. So I would, and this is learn from my mistakes, Faith, right? I would go and I'd do Google search and I'd say, okay, there's this many searches with this sentence. There's this many searches with this sentence. So I'm gonna go with the one with the bigger sentence, right? Okay. It was precious in theory, but not super practical. So don't do that. I'm gonna teach you way better ways to do it, okay? So what are keywords? I really like this definition from Moz. Keywords are ideas and topics that define what your content is about. In terms of SEO, which remember is search engine optimization, they're the words and phrases that people typing on their little keyboards enter into Google. So keywords, in the faith definition for you, keywords are the main keyword, the main word, or the main phrase that would cause somebody to come upon your content, your website, your blog, your product, your service, whatever. So there's technically a keyword is a singular one word, and a keyword phrase is more than one word. For intents and purposes of this podcast, we're just going to lump them all into keywords, because saying keywords or keyword phrases and distinguishing between that is just annoying. But so why do keywords matter? Let's talk about that. Ultimately, right, you want your website to be found by the right people for the right things. You want your goods or services to pop up when somebody is searching for whatever it is that you sell. And when something pops up, the fancy word for that is search engine results. Okay? Search engine results page. Let's just cut the fancy and just call it pop up in the search, right? Because let's say you sell handmade leather bags, okay, when somebody searches handmade leather bags, you want to pop up, right? So you need a good SEO strategy and the right keywords to make that happen, okay? So why do keywords matter? Because if you don't use the right keywords in your content, your blog content, in your podcast content, in your Pinterest content, in, all of the things that you're publishing, if you don't use the right keywords in your content and the right keywords on your website for your static SEO, your static search engine optimization, if you don't use the right keywords, then you're never going to pop up when somebody searches something, right? And let's be honest, who among us clicks to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th page of Google search or DuckDuckGo search? Nobody clicks that far down, right? Everybody wants to just be on the first page, maybe the second page. Maybe somebody will scroll to the second page. I'll be honest, I don't. I just change my search term if I can't find what I'm looking for on the first page, okay? So keywords matter because if you don't use the right keywords, you're not going to pop up on Google search results for the right things. And sometimes, just pure ignorance, we think that we're using the right words, but we're not, because we're thinking maybe too far ahead of our ideal client, or we're thinking in words and phrases that we use, which is maybe not what our people are using. So that's why it's important to sit down and take the time and do keyword research and do it right, okay? I know it sounds like it's very intimidating, going to take so much time, and it does take some time, I'm not going to lie to you, but in the end, it's going to save you so much time, okay? Okay. Now remember back to my little example at the beginning when I said little baby entrepreneur Faith would do a Google search for, whatever phrases or sentences surrounding the blog topic that I was writing and see whatever had the most searches, write it down on my notebook and use something similar to that, which is good in theory. But as we're doing keyword research and as you're doing your own keyword research, and if you get to do keyword research with me, what we're going to do is we're going to find the right the right keywords that put you in the right pool, right? So think about like the word clothes. Well, the word clothes is one, searched a ton, and two, there's a lot of competition for that. And three, it's super, super broad. So while it would be tempting to do what little baby entrepreneur Faith did and just go for the keywords that have 2 bajillion searches a month or 2,000 bajillion searches a year, that's not what you want to do. It's tempting because you think that you want to reach the people that you want to reach the most people. But in reality, if you're a little baby entrepreneur and you're just getting started, then one, you don't have a chance to rank for in the top 2 pages for the word clothes. If you're a little baby just getting started, you don't have a chance to rank for clothes compared to like Walmart or Target or Nordstrom or whatever, Amazon, these huge companies that sell clothes, that they're the ones that are going to be ranking. So you're just kind of setting yourself up for failure there. And two, you don't necessarily want everybody searching for the word clothes, right? You want a very specific person. You want somebody who is looking for handmade, organic, boho style clothes for children between the ages of 3 and 10, right? If that's what you make. You have a very specific target market that you're serving with your goods and services, and you want to pop up in the search results for those things with those people. So choosing the right keywords to integrate into your keyword strategy and your content strategy and your overall online marketing strategy is crucial to getting your product and goods and services and website and content in front of the right people, okay? So don't be intimidated if you're like, oh man, there's only 500 searches a month for that thing or 1,000 searches a month for that thing. I want to go for the thing that has 10,000 searches a month. Well, yes, it's tempting to go for the thing that has 10,000 searches a month. I get it. But if you're not on point with your SEO, if you don't have a good enough track record that Google says, oh, they're producing valuable content, if you don't have a ton of those other crucial SEO factors in place, which BT dubs take time, if you don't have all of that stuff in place, you're not going to rank for the big fatty keywords anyway, okay? So think of it kind of like being not just a big fish in a small pond, but a big fish in the right pond, because we want to get you and your content in front of the right people with the right keywords. Okay, so now we're going to jump on in to very tactical, how to do keyword research for your business. Okay, so first off, what I want you to do is I want you to literally get out a piece of paper and a pencil, or open up a Google Doc or a Microsoft Word doc on your computer if you're listening to this on your computer. And I want you to just brainstorm a list of things that people might be searching that would lead them to find your services or goods on the internet. We're not talking, referrals. We're not talking Instagram photos. We're not talking anything like that. We're just talking about words and phrases that people would be using that would lead them to find your content. Okay. So let's say that you are a photographer, right? People are going to be searching for photographer in Northwestern Colorado, if that's where you work, or photographer in certain location. Okay, great. That's going to be one keyword phrase that we're going to do research about. Let's say that you sell handmade Western bags. Okay, so you're going to think of things like handmade Western bags, leather bags with Pendleton fabric, leather bags with fringe, handmade custom leather bags, leather diaper bags, all of these things that people might be searching that would lead them to find your product. Okay, so we're going to think like the thing. We want thing keywords, like the thing, your thing that you sell. Okay, and then I want you to create a list of keywords surrounding the problems that you solve. And we're not going to get super specific and think of blog topics, podcast topics just yet. I just want you to think overarching problems that you solve. So for me personally, I've helped a lot of people come up with a content strategy, content ideas, content for Instagram, content for blogs, content for podcasts, optimizing their website SEO, copywriting tips, copywriting, website copywriting for ag businesses, copywriting for equestrian businesses, such things like that. Like you're solving a specific problem with this thing and they're searching for specific words around this problem that you solve. Okay. And now the next bucket or next list of things I want you to brainstorm is this. I want you to brainstorm your person and words that your person would use to describe themselves. And this list doesn't necessarily have to be super exhaustive, super extensive, because somebody's not I know a lot of people get really into their ideal client avatar and describing that person on down to their coffee drink, what they buy at Target, their favorite colors. Nobody's searching best recipe for mom of 3 who loves the color purple and likes chai lattes. That's not how they're actually searching. Okay, so on your little sheet of paper, you have the 3 P's now: the products you sell, the problem you solve, and the person that you're selling to. And you have a list of potential keywords that somebody might be typing in when they're searching for those things, right? That relate back to your business and the things that you sell, the problems that you solve, and the person that you're speaking to. And this is just to kind of get your brain going so that when we start digging into the keywords and the keyword research, you're not where do I start? And you don't have this deer in the headlights look. Okay, next I want you to take those 3 columns and I want you to put them in a spreadsheet, preferably a Google Drive spreadsheet so that you have access to it when you're creating your content. And I want you to keep that open because as we go through the actual keyword research, you're going to be wanting to copy and paste information in there. So put all of those lists of things that you brainstormed in there, in those columns, and I'm going to walk you through the actually doing the keyword research. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the tools that are out there for doing keyword research. So there's a few free tools. My very favorite is not free, but it's worth the dollars in my opinion. It's Ubersuggest. It's my fave McFave because it's easy to use. It's pretty easy to figure out and it's pretty cheap. You can buy a lifetime license for $290, or if you want to be gangbuster and just get a bunch of keyword research knocked out, you can pay $30 for a month, just a month use of it. You can do 3 free searches a day. And if you are just super on top of it and you want to just be, super cheap, then do the 3 free searches a day. Your keyword research is just going to take you a little bit longer. But if you can work that into your schedule to do their 3 free searches a day and save your dollars, then do that. If you have $30 to throw at that Ubersuggest tool and you only have $30, I would spend it. I bought the lifetime license for $290. I love it. I use it for myself. I use it for clients. I use it for friends. I use it all the stinking time. Okay, another free one that you can use is Moz. Moz is Keyword Explorer. You get 10 free searches per calendar month, but then after that, to buy it is pretty pricey. It's like $179 a month. And I'm like, no, thank you. Not for me today. And then another one, I don't love it. It's okay-ish, is Keywords Everywhere. They have a browser extension and then you can purchase credits. It's not super straightforward, not my favorite, wouldn't recommend, but if you like it, you can use it. You can actually also use the Google search bar, which is a little bit trickier to use and a little bit trickier to filter out, like, do I actually have a shot at getting, ranking for these keywords? However, if you download the Ubersuggest plugin on Google Chrome, it is very, 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 very helpful for getting a good idea of what keyword phrases you should be going for, like what's actually attainable for your business. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through I'm going to do this with you with some keywords using Ubersuggest because it's my preferred method and I do think that it's worth the money. Even if you just buy the $30 version, if you want to be free McFree pants, then you can actually, like I said, download the Ubersuggest plugin and use it on Google, not DuckDuckGo, not Yahoo. It has to be Google and Google Chrome. And then it will show you the searches per month on a little sidebar there. Okay, so I'm going to use just some of my own research as an example here. So one of the things that I help people with is coming up with the right content to reach the right people. And I've done lots of content strategy sessions and help people figure out their content and plan out their content for months in advance, which BT dubs, if you book a strategic marketing breakthrough call with me, you're not only going to get the keyword research and a keyword starter kit, but we're also going to plan out your content and create some SEO friendly headlines and titles for you. Just letting you know. But so I've opened up Ubersuggest and they have a feature in there called keyword ideas where you can type in 3 keywords and it's just going to compare the volume, the searches, how many times it's searched per month for that keyword phrase. So I typed in content marketing, content plan, and content strategy. Okay, so I kind of assumed going in that content marketing is going to be a much bigger keyword, get a lot more searches, and it is. It has 14,800 searches per month, which for me, not super realistic to be going for that yet, okay? To me, content plan, I would have maybe assumed content plan would have had the second highest number of searches among those 3 terms because I feel like people want a plan. They want to know I post this on this day and this on this day and this on this day. However, that's not the case. Content plan only has 2,400 key searches per month and content strategy has 6,600 searches per month. So those are both really great long tail keyword phrases. Another word means the same thing as just multiple keywords at once. Those are both good keywords for me to be going for because they're not too big, but they're not too small. Okay, let me give you another example. Okay, let's say that you are a launch strategist or you help people grow their email lists. Something along those lines. Some keywords that you might have come up with in your brainstorming would be like grow your audience because that's a problem that you solve for somebody, or email list growth, or email marketing. So just a quick search again on Ubersuggest, which, like I said, the free plugin on Google would help you with this as well to an extent, just it takes longer. So email list growth has 30 searches per month. Email marketing has 18,000 searches per month, and grow my audience has a big fat goose egg 0 searches per month. So what we would do is we would dig into that a little bit further and get rid of grow my audience because that's clearly not something people are searching for, and probably get rid of email list growth because 30 searches a month is just really not worth your time and effort to create content around. So you might look up something like email marketing strategies, email marketing plan. something like that. I'm going to type that in and see what I get. Okay, so email marketing strategy has 1,300 searches per month. Email marketing plan has 260 searches per month. And then your email marketing still has 18,000 searches per month. So both of those, email marketing strategy and email marketing plan, would be great keywords to go for. And what I want you to do in that spreadsheet that I had you create is I want you to write down each of these terms and the volume. I want you to do the search volume per month in another column beside each of them, so that when you go to create content, and here's where it's going to save you time, when you go to create content, you don't have to redo all this research. And if you just want to pay the $30 a month for the Uber Suggest for 1 month, the research is already done. You don't have to think, oh, dang it, what was a good keyword to use for this pillar of content? No, you already have it. You already have your research done. You already have your spreadsheet, and you just have to pull it up again. So if this was you and you were doing the research, you would add these things to your spreadsheet so that when you're creating content in a month or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months, you can just look back. Okay. And just because you have this keyword, let's say email marketing strategy is one of your big keywords you're going to go for, you can work that into your content for a long time. Now, I'll teach more on blogging strategies at a later date. You don't want that to be like your main focus keyword for multiple articles. If you have the Yoast plugin on your WordPress site, it will tell you that. But you could create email marketing strategies for small business, email marketing strategies for moms, or email marketing strategies for coaches, or whatever, right? Are you seeing this? So I'm not going to waste your time walking you through a ton more of like actual examples. But what I want you to see is sometimes you just have to reformulate sentences or reformulate phrases or just tweak how things are to be a better searched term. Honestly, sometimes you might have to just bust out your thesaurus and say, oh, what's a different word for that? What other words might people be using? And then keep all of those records on your spreadsheets, so that in 6 months, if you're like, I want to try this term, and you're like, is it searched? You can look on your spreadsheet and be like, oh no, nobody uses that. I'm not going to use that, right? And because when you use the words that people are actually searching for, they can find you, right? Instead of just thinking, oh, tons of people think, grow my audience. Tons of people are searching how to grow my audience. Like, apparently not. Nobody's searching for that. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of makes me think of that Princess Bride quote where he's like, you keep on using this word. I do not think you know what this word means. That's kind of what I think about when I'm like, oh, bomb, Faith, that was total and complete fail on a keyword idea, right? Because keyword research and SEO, like it is a science, but there's also an art to it, right? And like I talked about in podcast number 10, how to write SEO friendly copy without sounding like a robot, you do have to remember that you're writing for people, right? The computers, the machines help you get found, but ultimately you're in business to help people. So you need to use SEO friendly language. You need to use great keywords, but you also need to write in such a way and create content in such a way that it still speaks to a person. Okay, so I know we just covered a lot. I'm going to review a little bit for you. Okay, keywords. What are keywords? Keywords are the ideas and topics that define what your content is about. They're the words that you are trying to get found for when somebody types in the little search bar, okay? Why do they matter? Because you want your website to be found for the right things. And if Google cannot categorize you and cannot index you, then they won't make you pop up in search results. And if people cannot find you, then they cannot pay you. And keyword research, though it feels a little bit intimidating and like a giant waste of time at first, it will save you gobs of time in the end, because you're not only going to be ahead of the game in knowing what keywords to integrate into your content, you're going to know which content to create, and you're going to be able to create the right content to reach your audience. And when I say content, remember I'm talking about podcasts, blogs, YouTubes, whatever your long form of content is, because BT dubs, in case you're new around here, I do not think that you should base your entire business around Instagram and Facebook. I can go off on that for hours. But okay, when you're doing keyword research, I want you to brainstorm the 3 buckets: the products you sell, the problem you solve, the person that you're selling to. And then I want you to use whichever keyword research tool you can get your hands on that you understand, that makes sense to you and your budget, okay? There's Moz, Keywords Everywhere, SEMrush, which I didn't talk about. It's pricey for the paid version, but you can actually get quite a bit done on the free version. It's just a little bit harder to navigate than Ubersuggest. And then there's Ubersuggest, which is my fave, and there's free plugins for several of those that will help you do keyword research for free. And you can also just use the Google search bar, but don't do like Little Baby Faith Entrepreneur did and just go for whatever one's the biggest, because you want to help all the people with all the things, okay? And then remember, this is going to save you time. Put it all in a spreadsheet. Keep a spreadsheet, keep it easily accessible. Don't forget what you name it so that Google Drive eats it and you never see it again. Ask me how I know. And use it. Use this keyword research that you've done. And if you're just like, holy Toledo, Faith, please, please, please help me. If you book a strategic marketing breakthrough call, I will walk through this with you. I will do the research with you and for you, and we will come up with some gangbuster keyword strategies that are going to help you get your content, get your products in front of the right eyeballs at the right time, so that you're getting seen and so that you're creating content that matters for you and your business. And we'll get you a content plan for the next 3 to 6 months, depending on how often you produce content, but it will be just such a blessing to you and your business. Spots are limited, because I am a work-at-home mom. I have other client work, and I want to live my life and enjoy my kids. So spots for strategic marketing breakthrough calls truly are limited. I'm not just saying that to make you feel like to lie. I'm not just saying that to lie. Spots truly are limited. Shoot me an email, faith@faithhannon.com, if you're like, I need one of these, and I'll get you started with a questionnaire, and you can get that booked and all the things. But until next time, I am just praying that this helps you and blesses your business and helps you really get ahead, a step ahead in your online marketing strategy, so that you can get your genius in front of the right people and not have to muddle through and stumble through keyword research like I did for so long, okay? Until next time, y'all, be blessed, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening in today. It means the world that you tuned in. Hopefully this episode inspired you, challenged you, and left you feeling like you really can do the thing that God has called you to do, even if you need a nap first. If it did, can I ask you a couple favors? Would you please subscribe so you don't miss a thing? Share this episode with a friend and take 30 seconds and go leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Not only will it bless my socks off to know that this is helping you, but it will help spread this message to more Jesus-loving entrepreneurs. Connect with me over on Instagram @FaithHannon and find out about all the things, courses, coaching, and copywriting at my website, faithhannon.com. Until next time, God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.